everybody to our Own Your Own Life event. We've got a great event for you this evening. We've got several people from all over the world telling you different stories about how our amazing products have helped their health and their life. It's Wednesday the 11th of April today, and I'll tell you a little bit about how long I've been in the business. So I joined Ease Plus just over a year ago, after I'd been on the products for some time, and they completely revolutionized my life. I'm going to pass you over to the wonderful Jackie, who's going to tell you about what our products are. She is an avid fan, so she speaks with real passion. So over to you, Jackie. Take yourself off me.
Hi everybody. Right, so I'm just going to tell you a bit about the products, but I want to really start with our amazing program, because the reason we really are here is for our program and products. So we're part of a team called the Juicy Body Transformation Team, and it's an amazing program that gives you online support. You have the support of doctors, you have the support of other people that are going through what you're going through. You can ask questions. So not only do you have the online support, the other part of the program is formulated by our amazing Kira Westwick in Australia, where the focus is actually really on clean eating, on being healthy, having vitality. It's not about being skinny, it's about being healthy, about being lively every day. There's over 250 recipes in there to help you. And what I love about this program is it meets you where you're at. So you can be a guy, you can be a girl. A lot of slimming programs and a lot of eating programs are all about women. This is about guys, it's about girls, it's about kids. There's an amazing cookbook for kids in there, which is also the JBT Shred, which is an 8-week shred that has been formulated by Kira to help people get back on track. We've had amazing results of people losing not only a lot of weight, but inches, getting healthy. It's all about being vital and being healthy. And you have a lifetime membership to that. So when you join us, you have a lifetime membership. You can go on anytime. You can ask people questions. You can watch other people doing what you're doing, which is awesome. Okay, it's a community. I love it because I hate cooking 15 meals at night, right? I don't like having to cook a meal for my husband, a meal for my stepdaughter, a meal for me. So the greatest thing is I can make them eat what I like eating, which is awesome. And they get to do everything together. And it's a family thing. So that's amazing. Now, part of the JBT, part of the Juicy Body Transformation pages is our nutritional support. So we have 2 groups of them. So we have the amazing capsules, and I call this fuel. I call this oil, at least. This is oil. This is what makes your body clean. What makes your body go. It is amazing little juice capsules. So we have the veg, we have the fruit, and we have the berries. And you have over 30 fruit, veg, and berries every day injected into your diet. These are micronutrients. Basically, they are harvested at their ripeness from our approved farmers, taken straight in right from the field. They're pulped, everything, the stalks, the peps, everything. So you get the skins, every bit of nutrient is pulped, dried in a low oxygen, low temperature environment, and they put into these little capsules. The best thing about them for people with dietary, with digestive problems, is that they are bioavailable, which means that they're not digested. So they're absorbed straight into the bloodstream. And that's really important for people with IBS, with Crohn's. The other important thing is that the sugar molecule is taken out. Therefore, you have less than the juice of an orange in these capsules, which makes it amazing for people that have issues with sugar, like diabetes. So it can be used by anybody. It has folate, so it's great. It's great for nursing mums. It's great for pregnant mums. It's great for kids. When I went on these products over a year ago, I had absolutely no doubt whatsoever putting my teenage stepdaughter on them as well, because I know that there's no nasties in there. There's no nasties. There's no chemicals. It is 100% natural. And that I'm an avid supporter of no pharmaceuticals in my life and in my home. So for me, this was the answer to all my problems. I wanted something totally 100% natural, and that's what I love about the products. So it's fantastic for breastfeeding mums as well. There's nothing nasty in it, so it's great. We also have with our program, we have Choose for children from 4 to 12 years old, and that forms part of the child health study as well, where you can sponsor, if one of you or an adult is on these or all of these, you can sponsor a child free for up to 4 years. So I don't know another program that lets your child eat free up until you're 21. So kids can join in when they're 18 and they'll finish when they're 21. Most places you go to, kids eat free until about 12, which is the long and the short of it. And then they cost you loads of money. Ask me, I know. All of our products have been tested and tried and tested again. So everything is attributed. We have behind us 36 gold medal studies. And what I love about Juice Plus is a lot of companies, pharmaceuticals out there, don't put their name to a product because they don't want to have anything in the press later. But Juice Plus from day one has put their name on the product because they know that it is as good as it says. And that, to me, makes it worth everything. Okay. These are meant to bridge the gap in your daily life. So basically, you eat clean, you eat good food, you still eat fruits and vegetables, but this bridges the gap between what you should be having and what you're having every day. So the World Health Organization says you should have 9 to 13 servings a day. Hands up anybody who gets that many fruit and veg on their diet every single day, consistently. I do. Well, I do now. But normally most people don't. So that is amazing. The one thing I want to point out to everybody is that the kids' chewables, they're no nasties in those. They're made with guar gum, and my friend's little boy calls them his Superman sweets every day. He says, I feel like Superman on me. So that's amazing. While we're on the capsules, I just want to point out to you these lovely things. These are our amazing amigas. I am so excited about this product. When it came on the market, I was the first to grab it, seize it with both hands and hold on for ages, because these are my lifesavers. Literally, I'm in menopause, perimenopause, so I suffer terribly from brain fog, which the capsules help me significantly. I suffer with energy levels, and that's what helped me. However, I started to feel like I was stupid, or that my brain was turning to pulp. And these little babies, they absolutely saved my life. Stopped me having to look at an email 4 times, read it, try and comprehend it, read it another 4 times. And now my brain, it's like a light went on. When I started taking them within a month, my brain function was so much better. My eyesight's better. My joints don't feel so creaky. So when I exercise, I am super quick to recover. My muscles don't hurt the next day. So as far as I'm concerned, these are my oil. All of these are my oil. Then the next part of our range is called these. They also come in handy little travel sachets, which are amazing. I took one of these with me when I went into London today because I wasn't working from home, and they were awesome. Popped them in a juice, switched it up, liquid food. I love it because I'm not very good at breakfast, and that's my main problem. I don't tend to eat breakfast, which means I tend to eat all day then. So to get the nutrients that I need, these are packed. These are what I call our macros, or our fuel. So they are what gives you energy, gives you the get up and go every day. There are over 40 nutrients, macronutrients in there. Amongst them are things like Asian grains like amaranth, quinoa, alfalfa sprouts. There's mushroom powder, which is the reason I take them, is because I needed calcium and vitamin D for being in menopause, and this holds both of them in there. So that's awesome. That was the very first thing I started with. That was amazing. I get my calcium, I get my vitamin D every day. I do not need to worry about brittle bones when I'm getting old and grey, which is amazing. They are low GI, so that means that they keep you fuller for longer. When I have a shake in the morning, I don't need to eat until about 1 o'clock, which is amazing. I don't snack, which automatically, without even trying to diet, just brings down my weight slowly and really, really healthy. And that's the important thing. I'm not doing any crash dieting. I'm not doing any of that. I'm getting all the nutrients. So between the capsules and between the shakes, I'm getting over 70 nutrients a day for basically 4 pounds. I don't know any other food that's going to give me that, or any other supplement that you can buy that is going to give you that. So without ado, there are a few other products in our range that are in the UK, but they're pertinent to the UK, and there's different ones in Australia. So I'd encourage you to ask the person that invited you here today if you have any questions on those. But I'm going to hand over to the lovely, I think it's Marie. She's going to give us her product story.
Hi. Thanks very much for inviting me on here today. It is a real pleasure. I started on the product, or was introduced to the product 18 months ago, and I was pretty unwell at the time. I was suffering from a number of injuries, and I went into the chronic pain scenario, and I literally couldn't walk to the letterbox. After having taken all the products for a period of time, I found that I was improved. And can you hear me okay? Yeah, cool. Okay, I found that my whole body was improving. It was looking after itself and having all these wonderful nutrients in it that Jackie's just explained to us about. And what I found was that I could actually start to exercise again. And now I am walking, I'm jogging, I can ride my bike up to 20 to 30 Ks, and I do that on a regular basis. And it's pretty amazing the changes in my life. I had some other bonuses that I was not expecting. And what happened for me is that for many, many years, I suffered from irritable bowel syndrome. And now that is completely under control, and it's totally changed my life. Yeah, I just can't say how much it's changed my life. To be able to be regular, to be able to not have to worry about, if you're going out somewhere, having to race and find a convenience toilet. Yeah, absolutely and utterly pleased to have that in my life. One of the other things is, I was talking about the chronic pain. I had a medical cabinet just so full of different, very strong painkillers. Probably don't mean a lot to you over there, but they were synthetic morphine, tramadol and codeine. And that's what I was living on, with a Panadol top-up, which is another sort of slightly more painkiller, lesser painkiller, but a top-up. I don't have any of that in my house anymore. In fact, I struggle to find the low-key Panadol because I just don't get pain, so I don't need it. Just one last thing. I love telling this story. I didn't even realise it was happening to me until about a month after I started taking these products. And that was that I actually had arthritis in my fingers, and it came on very early in my life, in my 40s. And my partner said to me one morning, he said, "You've stopped doing your routine list, get your hands going." And I said to him, "Oh my God, I have." So all of the arthritis that was in my hands and my wrist has actually become dormant in my body, and now I don't suffer from it. And he doesn't suffer from it in his shoulder either, because he's been on it as long as I have, for the 18 months. And now I'm going to pass you on to Sabrina. I think she's on here, and she's also got a product story. And thank you for the time to listening to me.
Sorry, Sabrina, I don't think we may have lost Sabrina. So let's pop over to Debbie. Debbie, over to you.
Hi guys, how are you all? So thank you for having me on today. I'm over here in Australia. I was introduced to the product a little over 2 years ago. And at that point in my life, I was pretty much bedridden. I'd pulled a muscle in my spine and I was thinking, what am I going to do now? So what led me to that point was a long series of illnesses. About 5 years previous to that, I'd suffered with an undiagnosed condition. All my glands swelled up in my neck. It was extremely painful and left me really unwell for a while. I had a gallbladder removed not long after that. About 6 or 12 months after that, I was diagnosed with a condition called the Ross River virus, which is a mosquito-borne virus. And that left me with a really severe arthritic condition. It was like walking on broken bones mainly for the first 6 months. It was incredibly painful. So, and then about 12 months after that, I suffered, I had to have a hysterectomy. So I had large fibroid tumours, and that was really, really debilitating as well. So over a period of 3 years and suffering all of those things all at the same time, well, in that 3-year period, you can imagine it left me so depleted. My muscle tone had gone. I couldn't use my arms anymore because the arthritic condition in all my joints. I had swelling, I'd chronic fatigue. I had, and then I was diagnosed with autonomic imbalance, which is it's a disruption of the central nervous system. So leading up to a couple of years ago when I reached out to a friend, Sharon it was actually, and it was a no-brainer for me. It was fruits and vegetables in a capsule. I thought it might give me a little bit more energy and it might help me with the chronic pain that I was feeling. The pain and the fatigue and the depression and everything that came along with it as well. To the point, about a year before I was introduced to it, I attempted suicide. I just thought I had no life left. And I'd gained so much weight. I was about 130 kilos by then. So, yeah, so she introduced me to the product. And when I started taking it, I started craving fruits and vegetables. It was crazy. I started craving water. I started feeling a little bit better. I started getting more energy as well. But what I didn't realise was the brain fog started lifting. Over the first month or two, I'd lost 10 kilos. I was just reaching for better food options. And now 2 years on, I don't have the joint pain anymore in any of my fingers, and I can use both arms again, and I can put shoes on again. I can run as much as, I couldn't really barely walk before. So it's just changed my world. I say it's changed my life. I call it my cheat food. I get up every morning and I throw all of the capsules, into my body, and I feel fantastic. I'm going on the shred again in a couple of weeks' time, and I walk about 5 kilometres every day. I enjoy walking. I enjoy travelling, and it's changed my world completely. So yeah, and I've lost about 20 kilos so far. So I'm hoping to lose a little bit more on the next shred coming up. So like I said, to say that it's changed my life is an understatement. It's literally saved my life, and I just feel that this is just the beginning. So yeah, thank you for allowing me to share my story with you all this morning. And I think I'm passing it over now to Jo. We're going to listen to her story now. Thanks, guys.
I think we have lost Jo. We're not having much luck tonight, so we will go over to Renata. Okay. We're going to set it up a little bit, and we're going to talk about the business opportunity. So Renata, over to you, lovely.
Thank you, and thank you for sharing these amazing stories, Mary and Debbie. It's always something inside of me when I hear people talking about their life journeys, and what an amazing journey this is. Let's switch a little bit of gears, but still staying on the line of, wow, the product done something amazing for all of us. That's why we are all here. But it's not just the product, it's the business as well. The interesting thing happened to me yesterday. I've got an email from one of my friends, and she just messaged me back, and the question was, is that the pyramid scheme what you do? And I asked her what she meant. She was like, yeah, when someone is on the top doing something. And it's so interesting. Since I've been looking into that, since I know this, what network marketing is all about, what is business all about, it's not the pyramid. Pyramid is actually illegal in one sense. In another sense, if I show you the company I work for as full-time, because I'm still doing my full-time job, my full-time job is this. On the top Here's the company CEO. It's a huge corporate business, like billion-dollar business all around the world. And the company CEO up in here. And I'm somewhere along that line, I'm a supervisor. There are coordinators down at the bottom line, supervisors, managers, CEOs, VPs, SVPs, EVPs, and the top, David, who is our CEO in the company. So that is pyramid. Facebook is pyramid. Google is pyramid. Everyone, we can call about big businesses as pyramid schemes. So that's what pyramid to me, basically, is the company I work for. It's all the big companies we work for. And what amazes me since I joined this business, what I learned is my favorite shape is a square with an open top, because that means anyone and everyone can go from this bottom, where we had the coordinators in my company, to the top. Everyone can go up there. And the most amazing thing, as you can see, it's a global business. There are people from America, people from Australia, people from the UK, people from Australia who live in the UK, all over. Basically, it's global. And we can all help each other out. We can all, as a big community, get together. And we can only get to the top if we have the others. And you can see how many genuine people are on this call who really wants the best for each and every single one of you. And this is, to me, the ideal place where I want to work for. I'm 43 in a couple of months. And I got to the point that I understand that this is what I want to do. And I hope that people who start looking into that realize that pyramid or the open top square, I think I know what my choice is. But let's go to talk a little bit more about the business, and I pass it over to Lauren, who's going to talk a little bit more how we get to that.
Awesome. Thanks, Renata. So a lot of people sort of coming into this kind of industry, they think, okay, so to be successful in this kind of thing, I've got to help people. I've got to build a community, as Renata sort of mentioned, the way our structure works. We all sort of help each other get to the top. So a lot of people think I could never do this because I don't really know anyone. But that's not really, you don't have to know a lot of people. You just have to know some people that you can help. And that's sort of how these businesses really grow. And that's how this group of people have really become a global business. So that all started with one person on the call today, Adam. So I'll sort of do a bit of a drawing here that sort of describes how our business is extended, if we can see. So we had Adam up the top here, and he started in this business and he thought, okay, who do I know that would be really good at this, that could make some extra income, that would be really interested in helping other people? So he's up here. He's introduced a friend that he worked with called Lauren. And he also introduced his wife, Kira. And then Lauren, she had an old school friend called Katrina, who's down here. And Katrina is one of my old family friends from the Gold Coast. So she's introduced me, and she's also introduced a lovely lady called Jo. And then Jo has introduced Dee Dee, who's on the call today. And then I've introduced Dave, who's on the call as well. And then Dee Dee she's over in the US, so she's got Ivy down here, running out of room. But then over here, you've got Kira, who introduced the lovely Erin, who introduced a couple of other ladies, Jordana and Tammy. And then Tammy introduces Sasha, who introduces Renata. She's introduced Bella. And then Bella's building her lovely team over here. So she's got Christina and Greta and Jackie. And anyway, you get the idea. Basically, these businesses just pop. And Adam, he's right up the top here. He's probably never come over to the UK, never met half of the people on this call today, but we're all part of his business. And we all have the opportunity to do the same thing. And all we have to do is introduce one person who introduces a few people they know and teaches everything along the way. So we pass on our knowledge, we help each other, we duplicate what we know. We know what works. So Adam knows what's worked up the top. He's taught it all the way down, and it's traveled all the way over to the UK, over to the US, and it just keeps building and building. So all you have to do in this business is know how to teach people, know how to learn, and ultimately stick with it and your business just keeps on growing. So I'm going to pass over to Adam now, who's going to share his business story. Back to Bella. She's going to share our bonuses first. So we have we have an amazing payment plan. So she's going to sort of run through that, because a lot of people join this business. It's great to help people, but what's really awesome side of things. So Bella's going to run through that first.
Hi everyone, me again. So in this business, we actually get paid 3 ways. So we get paid when we introduce somebody and we share the product. We get paid a retail profit, and then we get paid commission when you bring on team, and we also get paid bonuses. Now, I don't know which other businesses that you've worked in that you get paid in more than one way. I'm sure some of us have had bonuses in our lifetime, but many people don't. I know that I hardly ever got a bonus in my jobs. And when you do introduce somebody, literally you process their order online and you have to do absolutely nothing else. So you don't have to buy the product, you don't have to have stocks, you don't have to package it up, you don't have to go to the post office and deliver it. We've got a wonderful head office that does all of that for us. And we have a massive investment of £50 in the UK in order to start your very own franchise. The beauty of this business is that it is actually your very own business. So you put in as much or as little work as you want, so that you go as far or not as you want. You know, not everybody wants to make it to the top, but everybody has that opportunity. But literally you run the business the way that you want to. And obviously there's little incentives like everywhere, and you have targets, and for those targets, if you hit them, you get a little bonus or a not so little bonus. But again, that's only if you want to. So if you chose to not do anything, nobody's going to be forcing you and nobody's going to be kicking you out. So I'm going to give you a little taster of your very first bonus. So in the UK, we only get a bonus after our second promotion, which we start off as dealers, which is quite amusing, but that's what we are. So we start off as a dealer, and then when you get your first promotion, you become a direct distributor. And then from direct distributor, you become a senior direct distributor, and you get a £300 bonus, which is not bad, because I've had jobs where I haven't had that at all. The very next bonus is £900 when you become a sales coordinator, which is the next level up. Now you're going to see that from here, our company likes to actually double things. So when you become a senior sales coordinator, you go up to £1,800. I'm quite liking that. So we've got quite a few in between after that, but then I'm going to give you the bonus for our pinnacle position, which is the presidential marketing director. Are you ready? So you get a £28,800 bonus. So that's just your bonus. So imagine what your actual monthly income is if you're getting that as a bonus. So just to put it into perspective, the UK national average salary yearly is around £27,000. So our company not only has a heart with the child health study where the kids eat for free, etc., but they actually believe in sharing their profits with the people that work the hardest, because you're only going to hit your targets if you're working. So this is why all of us in this community love what we do, because we get to help each other, regardless of if we're in the same team or not. Most of the people on this team, I have no benefit whatsoever by helping them. Beautiful woman called Michaela, who's usually on this call. And when I first joined, she was living in the UK and she's an Aussie. And all of my upline is in Australia, because I worked with Sasha 10 years ago when she was working over here. And every time I had questions, they were asleep. So I got introduced to Michaela, who knew me from nowhere, and she dedicated hours of her life to helping me and answering all my questions. And now she's one of my friends who I love dearly, and I'm very upset that she's gone back to Australia, but we still WhatsApp very often. So yeah, this business not only gives us an income, gets us to help each other, we meet loads of wonderful people that become lifelong friends, and it's also a personal development program disguised as a business, because all of us on here are growing each and every week and kind of pushing ourselves out of our comfort zone. And it's great, because there's things I would never have sat here a year ago hosting, and I know I fluffed it at the beginning because I saw Adam and I panicked. And but you know, I'm actually hosting, which I didn't believe I would do a year ago. So now we're going to go over to the wonderful Adam, who kicked off our wonderful team, and he's going to tell us his business story.
Hey guys, good to be on here. I know many of you guys are around the world. I'm here on the Gold Coast, the place that we're hosting the Commonwealth Games at the moment. It's just around the corner from my house. So I'm on the Gold Coast. I've been involved in the Juice Plus company just short of 4 years now. Ironically enough, as we kind of zoom back into the UK, I was actually inspired by some growth and some activity that had gone on in the UK. Met a young 27-year-old couple that had created a 6-figure a month income doing Juice Plus. I thought, you know what, I'm sure I'm going to learn something from these people. So I thought I'd go along. I dared to do this. I was a bit like, I don't do things like this, but I'm certainly always up for mirroring, modelling people that are successful. And I suppose when I came along to an event, I was actually in somebody's lounge room, I became very curious about what this could be. And I think the one thing I realised is that this business is about helping people, which I certainly love to do. And it wasn't about hunting people down. And you could do this in a very elegant way and serve others and help others. And so although my wife thought I was crazy for deciding to give this a go, I kind of said to her, you know, if it's not this, then what? I was working 60, 70 hours a week at the time. I was missing out on my kids and my wife, and I definitely wanted more time there. We're under a lot of financial stress, time stress, and that was definitely taking its toll on our relationship. And I suppose something had to change. And so, you know, I decided to give this a go. I was kind of asking myself, what if this thing could work? And I'm certainly glad that I did. You know, 12 months into the business, I was able to replace my full-time income. My story is not everyone does what I've done, but it's my story, and I'm always proud to share. And I share it from a place of not trying to impress you guys, but more impress upon you what is possible in this business if you're willing to, if you really want to treat it like a business and go for it. So within 12 months, I was able to replace my just 6-figure income. It was only just the 6-figure income, which is just getting by here in Australia, earning $100,000, just over $100,000 a year with 2 kids and a family that likes good things. $100,000 a year will just get you by. But you know, so we're able to replace that while I was still doing this part-time. So to be able to double our total income in 12 months was pretty amazing. I walked away from my traditional business after that. I was able to work from home every day after that, doing this full time. And since then, well, you know, it's out of control. I'm proud to say that it's probably times 10 and more that these days, our business. We probably almost earn more money per month than we used to make per year, which is nice to be able to do. And I think for us, you know, I'm not obsessed with money. I'm obsessed with lifestyle. I'm obsessed with what money can give you, to give you choices and freedom and the ability to contribute and help others. You know, my wife had the opportunity to call her mum at the end of last year and tell her that she will cover her mortgage for the rest of her life and just take some more financial stress off of her life. You know, and I'm in a position at the moment where I'm looking to buy my mum a new car because she's having car troubles and, you know, she's certainly too old to be worrying about crap like that. And to be able to be in a position to be able to say, Mum, I got this. Let me look after you. Not that she wants me to look after her. She's a little bit stubborn, as old people can be. But, you know, it's nice to be able to be in a position like that where once you're financially set up and you have that security, you really can start to help others. And, you know, I think we all have a responsibility to, one, look after ourselves and our family and you know, repay that favor, which certainly this business has the opportunity to do over time. So I would just say to you guys, if you're a guest on here tonight or if you're watching the recording, the person that shared this with you shared it because they want to help you. It's not about that they want to get you into their business. They want to give you the opportunity to have a look at this, because once upon a time somebody shared this with them also in a place that this could help. And, you know, certainly we love what this is. We love the community that it is. It's a community that wants to raise and support and help each other, which is very rare in today's world. You know, I love that you can't become successful at this without helping other people be successful. It's a great community. We've got a worldwide community. I'm certainly not at the top. I'm just an ordinary guy that was prepared to put in some work over the last 4 years, and every one of us have the same opportunity. So I want to say thank you for those that dialed in and took the time to check in tonight or watch the recording, and hopefully, you know, that you do what I did 4 years ago. You take the time to get your questions answered, because I can't imagine my life without this, you know, to be able to wake up every day and decide how I choose to do life. You know, I get up at 5 o'clock this morning or 4:30 this morning because I love this. I love sharing this with people. You know, it's something I'm really passionate about, and I hope that you get the opportunity to do that too. So thanks, guys. Thanks for having me on.
Sheila.